So the last few Snare Saturday videos, we have been focusing on bronze snare drums, specifically the Ludwig bronze phonic snare drum. Well, in this video, it's time to compare this bronze snare drum to yet another metal snare drum, both of which are the same size. They both have 10 double-sided tube lugs, and they both have 2.3mm triple flange hoops. So why don't we compare them back to back to really hear the difference that the alloy makes. Yo, what's going on everybody? Nick Costa here, and in this video we are going to compare a bronze snare drum to a chrome over brass snare drum. Now both drums are the same size, the same lug, the same hoop, the same stock heads, the same throw off and butt plate, even the same snare wires. The only difference is the alloy that the shell is made out of. So this is a true comparison, like some of you have mentioned in earlier videos, to allow you to hear the differences to see which one really best fits your needs. Now, before we dive into this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button, as well as the bell notification. That way you're notified of any additional content that I upload to the channel. Now, throughout the Snare Saturday series, from time to time, I like to compare two drums. Now, there are times where the size of the drum, the components that are on it, the heads that are on it, all of that stuff is the same. There are other times where they are different. Some of you don't mind. Others of you have identified how, since there are some varying differences between them, that it's not a true comparison. Now, I'm not saying that one side is right and the other side is wrong, because like everything else, it all comes down to user preference. However, this video, everything is the same except for the alloy that the shell is made out of, which is going to give you a more accurate comparison between the two drums. So let's go ahead and dive into the specs of each drum. Starting with the bronze drum, this is a Ludwig bronze phonic 5x14 snare drum. This is a 1.2mm seamless polished bronze shell. It is equipped with 10 double-sided tube lugs, 2.3mm triple flange hoops on the top and the bottom, the stock Ludwig branded heads by Remo, as well as the Ludwig P88 AC throw-off and P35P butt plate. Finally, this drum is equipped with a set of the generic snare wires from Ludwig. Now, let's go ahead and talk about that chrome over brass drum. Once again, this was made by Ludwig, and this drum is also a 5x14 1.2mm seamless chrome over brass shell. This drum is also outfitted with 10 double-sided tube lugs, the 2.3mm triple flange hoops, those stock Ludwig heads, once again a Ludwig P88 AC throw-off and P35P butt plate, and you guessed it, they also have the generic snare wires from Ludwig. So here we have two different snare drums. A bronze snare drum, which is supposed to be a little bit darker than a brass snare drum, and a chrome over brass snare drum, where that chrome plating is supposed to make that brass sound maybe a little bit brighter than just a traditional brass snare. So let's go ahead and find out in this comparison video. Just like every other Snare Saturday video where I am demoing drums, I will play them through a few different tunings. Start out in a low tuning and work my way up to a higher tuning. Now, while I'm in each tuning, I will play both drums back to back. That way you can hear the differences between the two of them in each tuning. So enough of me talking, let's dive in. And there you have it, a bronze and a chrome over brass snare drum back to back, so you can see which one best fits your needs. I would love to get your feedback and what you thought of this video, as well as which drum stood out to you the most, maybe even letting me know what tuning you like the most as well. Feel free to leave all of that in the comment section below. Now, if you have any other questions on either drum, or maybe how I was tuning the drum, the gear that I was playing in the video, or anything else, feel free to leave that in the comment section as well, and I will try my best to answer them. Now, if you want to see the earlier Snare Saturday videos where I am featuring each drum individually through a few more tunings, I've put links to those videos in the description below. And if you are interested in checking out other Snare Saturday videos, I've put a link to the playlist in the description below, and I'll also have it come up right here to make it a little bit easier for you. Finally, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up. That way it makes it a little bit easier for others to find it. And that is it. Thank you so much for checking out this video on comparing a bronze snare drum to a chrome over brass snare drum. And until next time, see you later.